Hey, what's up, guys? Today is March 20th, 2022, and I'm going to just do my weekly analysis, get an idea of what's happening or what I think is might happen this week, so I can prepare for trading week. So, with that being said, I've been trading EU almost exclusively the last 2 weeks. I've been really focused on trading EU for a couple of reasons. One, it usually moves. My analysis is correct a lot of times on EU, and so I like to trade it because I'm right most of the time. And then the other two, of course, are UJ and DJ. Those are the three pairs that I generally trade. I'm just saying that I've been really focused on EU the last couple of weeks. So let's look at EU. So last week, took two trades. Let me drop down to the 1 hour so I can. I think I took two trades on EU. Where's the other one? I don't know why. I think it's the recording. Trade view starts to kick super slow on me. Oh yeah. So here I took a really small. So basically, I remember this was a nighttime trade. I placed this trade in the evening during Asian session. I can't zoom in any that much further, but uh, I got in this trade during Asian session. I thought it was going to come down. However, before I went to sleep, it started moving up, right? And right before I went to sleep, and I was like, okay, well, I could put a stop loss, but I figured the banks would just run my stop loss anyway. So because I was going to be asleep, and I couldn't monitor, so I closed the trade for tiny profit down here. Um, and then it went up, and it came immediately down. So my analysis was correct, but I didn't stay on the trade, so it didn't matter. I remember the next morning, I think it was Thursday. This was like Thursday. I was like, "Oh man, that sucks." And then I took a look at the charts again, and then the reason why this is highlighted because I was like, you know what? This is where liquidity is. Banks are gonna run it back up, and so I mean that was my guess, and I was right. So I got in here. So I didn't make I mean, I made up for that from missing that trade. I made up here, and then it consolidated. I would have stayed in this trade. When it started consolidating here, that's when I got out. Because that's my exit points consolidation. So when it starts to consolidate, I get out. So it started consolidating, and then here when it started to go back up, I wasn't on the charts. I was doing something else. I was working on something else. I was working when it started to make this move. I was just wasn't on the charts. And when I came back, it was already up here. And then that was it. Um, I didn't see any more. I didn't see any more. You know, this was Friday. All this right here, so it was done. Um, so anyway, so that was my last week's. That was last week. This week, if we go back to the same, let's look back at this again. So I got my fib on the daily, and what I see here is we're still on a downward trend. Even last week, you know, when it came down, I think I made that trade somewhere or whatever. I was still this was a retracement to me. I saw a retracement. I did not see any type of this was not a break of structure. This was not a reversal. Looking at the fib, right? It's coming up right up to the 50 level. Let's move that a little higher. Um, right. So I ultimately I'm still looking for sales. I mean, but what am I trying to say here? So, for next week. So I still haven't seen. I've seen it come up to the 50 level, bounce, reject the 50 level. And I see one, two, some daily candles, but one, two, three, four times it's rejected the 50 level. So, to me, this is still just this little trend here, this little bearish, bullish. This is to me is just a retracement. So I'm still looking for this price to come all the way back down and touch the support level. And that's what I'm looking. That's the move I was looking for it last week. It didn't exactly happen. Oh, I missed. Actually, I take that back. Well, no, 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 it didn't happen last week. I'm getting confused because I'm looking at the daily here, so it didn't happen last week. But I think that's still what is going to happen. So looking at the 4 hour, what do I see? Um, oh yeah, so here's a 50. So here's a rejection of the 50 level, down, down. I mean, I still see a retracement here, and that's the price coming down as I go down to lower and lower time frames. Same thing, you know. So, and this is a fib. I think this is a fib off the. Is that off? I think this is a lower time frame, or is this the same fib? No, I think this is a lower time frame fib. I don't know why I'm confusing myself today. Usually I do the fib on the daily, but this looks like it's. Oh yeah, yeah, it is. It's a lower time frame fib. Just making sure. So yeah, that was a fib that I did on the 1 hour or the 15. Yeah, it's on the 1 hour. And on the 1 hour, right? So I did a fib on the 1 hour from this last little fall, came up, touched the 50, started going back down. Now it's right at the moving average. So me, I'm not gonna do anything initially, right off the bat. I'm gonna let it kind of play out. But what I'm looking for is sales. And that's the bottom line. So I'm still looking for this market to come back all the way down and test that daily support level down here. Um, I think before it does that, it will touch these 4 hour support levels, right, and then retrace, and then come down, and then retrace, and then come down. But that's what I'm expecting, or that's what I want to see too. And I shouldn't say that's what I want to see. That's what I think is going to happen. I mean, that's my analysis. What happened? I don't know. I mean, we'll find out. So that's my analysis for EU. Now, UJ. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So UJ, clearly it's on an uptrend, right? Just came up and touched this resistance level. What I think will happen, I mean, this is a daily chart. So we'll look at, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, it's been just up, 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 up for almost 2 weeks, 10 days, basically. So what do I think is going to happen? I think it's going to come up here, consolidate at this resistance level, and then come down and do a retracement. So I will be looking to sell on that retracement. Like I'm not gonna let me look and see on the 4 hour and the 1 hour and 15 minute. Yeah, I'm definitely not looking to buy. I'm definitely looking for this to retrace, and I would try to I would sell on the retracement. Basically, it's just where's it going to retrace to? Um, let's see if I should have a 4 hour support mark. That would be my first level. Yeah. Sorry, my trading view is starting to get really slow with this recording. Ultimately, I think it's going to come all the way down and test this 50 on this fib. But before it does that, I mean, I think the actually this 4 hour support we should put here. Yeah. So I think it'll come down here first to this 4 hour support level, consolidate, and then come all the way down to this 50. But we will see. I don't know. That's what I think is going to happen. But and if so, I'm going to sell it as soon as I probably see it touch this daily resistance a couple more times, consolidate up here, and then maybe give me a bearish engulfing. Then I'm going to look to sell. And lastly, GJ is kind of the same thing. He's been very bullish. Um, but you guys know I'm not going to make any predictions or guess what's going to happen on GJ. I am just going to let it make its move. But with that being said, it's super bullish right now, right? And it hasn't come and uh, tested and consolidated at this resistance level. And if we look at the liquidity, right, the money is still up here. So I would be looking for a buy on GJ up until probably until it gives me a new high right across this daily resistance. Then I would think it was going to consolidate and come back and touch this 4 hour support. So I hope you guys have a great trading week. That's my analysis for this week. I'll probably update something during the middle of the week and update how my analysis went and my trades are going. All right, happy trading. Have a great week.